Hey guys, it's a Heat Dude. This might be a long one, but I wanted to talk about the Scooby-Doo movies or the Scooby-Doo live action movies. I'll admit, I guess I probably should have done this on Halloween, but like I decided to do it now. But they've been like a staple of my childhood for many years. Um, I heard that they were gonna, have like an alternate opening to the how the movie started, but decided to remove it, which I will admit the alternate opening actually looked really good, or looks really good. I mean, I guess they wanted to save time, so they cut from the movie, which I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I did like the original opening where it literally just shows the SD logo for Scooby Doo, which again, I mean, in some way, that's still pretty clever to literally have that as the opening. But I mean, and then they just literally have Scooby. I guess a chunk taken out of the WB logo, which I thought that was pretty funny. To be honest, I mean, even after how many years of watching, or how many times and how many years after watching it, I still don't think that's at least a little bit clever. Even though they save time, I guess that's why they cut from the movie. But I don't know. I mean, I almost forgot about the play menu. I was like, oh my dear God, like I almost forgot about that. Like, holy shit. Then they have what was that one song? Land of a Million Drums. I was like, oh my God, that brings back so many fucking memories. In the land of a million. I mean, I'm pretty sure I actually watched the music video of that song not too long, or I mean, I guess not too long ago or a while ago. I mean, it's pretty good. It kind of has, brings back that early 2000, late 2000s type of feel to, the songs and the music and everything from back in the day and shit. I mean, I gotta admit, the parts with the Luna Ghosts look really fucking goofy even for 2002. But I mean, I still do like those parts of the movie, even if they're just I don't know. I mean, they're probably not even supposed to be scary. It's probably supposed to be like a joke in itself throughout the movie. It's honestly fucking weird when they literally find out it's old man Smithers who is the Luna Ghost. He literally strips it as, how could you, Pamela? I'm a lover boy of George Clooney proportions. I'm like, wait, hold up, what? Like, what the hell? That's weird to say. I don't know. I mean, I really do like how they included Pamela Anderson to have a cameo in the movie. I think I remember correctly that she was basically a model or an actress, but nowadays she definitely does not look the same as what she used to look when she was in this movie. I can be honest about that right now. I honestly gotta say this right now. Sarah Michelle Gellar as Daphne, Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, Linda Carlini as Velma, and Freddie Prinze Jr. as Ed Jones, and Neil Fanning as Scooby Doo are all. They were fucking fantastic. I'm sorry. I know it's a live action movie, but they were fucking really good. And Matthew Lillard, I'm sorry, it's really hard to find a really good live action interpretation of Shaggy. Like he literally went from a fucking scream villain or a killer. Like even people still remember that role to this day, which is again, I don't even remember what the hell his name was. I think it was Stu Macher in 1996, I think. Then he ended up playing Shaggy and fucking Scooby Doo, which again, it's like anybody who's seen that movie knows he played Shaggy. It's like again, he did a fantastic job, and then he went on to literally play a fucking which I guess his name is William Afton, but it shows his name is Steve Raglan, which I'm like, I'll admit I haven't seen much of the movie, but which doesn't make fucking sense to me. I mean, I have to watch more of the movie to really understand why. I mean, I'm guessing he's pretending to be another guy. But yeah, Matthew Lillard, I don't know. It's like, again, he seems like he loves playing the character. I mean, I love how he went from the live action version of Shaggy to playing him in fucking animated form. It's like, that dude's just, honestly, that's crazy to me. I mean, fucking Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar, who played Daphne and Fred in the movie, are even married in real life, which I didn't even find that out until like a while after the movie came out because it didn't fully sink in until I found that shit out. I'm like, oh yeah, that's fucking dope as hell. I mean, even what's crazy to me is I even found out um, fucking Freddie Prinze Jr., who's in the movie, he had literally had to dye his hair because I guess he was wearing a wig, which I guess they had him wear a wig at first, but then dye his hair blonde, which I'm like, then he literally had to shave his fucking head or something, which that I don't know. Like that's honestly crazy to me. Like all that fucking effort just for a fucking role of an animated character being played in live action. That's again, it's like he really I don't know. But that's honestly insane to me. I mean, he does seem like he is aware of like the amount of love that the movies are starting to get because the internet barely existed when both the movies came out back in 2002 and 2004. Which again, yeah, I mean, and not to mention Linda Cardellini. I mean, she even played a character. If I remember correctly, her name was Lila, if I'm correct. I guess she was like one of the characters that Rocket met in the third. Well, I guess he knew before he knew the Guardians of the Galaxy or something. But yeah, I even heard Tim Curry was actually up for the role of Neil Mondavarius, but he didn't want to because he, I guess, could not stand Scrappy Doo with a passion or something. Which I don't know. I guess Rowan Atkinson's character kind of does have that Tim Curry esqueness to his character, but I don't know. Whenever I see Rowan Atkinson play another character, I mean, even though he did do a good job, it's like it's kind of hard not to imagine him as Well, I mean, I don't know if you younger people may know who Mr. Bean is, but imagine him as that character because I mean, I've seen. I don't even. I think I only seen maybe two movies and a little bit of a TV show, but Mr. Bean and I also can't stop thinking about him as Zazu because I mean he also did a good job as that character from The Lion King. I mean it's like nobody could play him like Rowan Atkinson, but I don't know. But yeah, he's like one of my favorite characters in the entire Lion King movie. But even Neil Fanning, I mean, it's kind of a shame he didn't really get much recognition as the character of Scooby Doo in the movie. I personally, I thought he did an amazing, serviceable, decent ass job as the character. I know that's just my opinion, but I don't care, man. He did a real good job. But yeah, the funny thing about Scrappy Doo, it's like I don't know, like the fan base must have really hated the character, even the people who were making the movie, for them to literally just I don't know poke fun at him and make him into the villain and some shit. It's like, I mean, I remember the part where he was like, Scooby Doo, where he's like, Scooby Doo, where are you? Which, oh my god, like remembering just like he fucking sounds like Pumbaa from The Lion King when he says it like that. It's like, it's hilarious as hell. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because he also kind of looks like this comic version of Scooby Doo, or I'm sorry, Scrappy Doo from another version of a comic book I've never even seen. Whenever I was trying to look shit up or research for this movie or the movies a while ago on Google or something. I love the part where like whenever he's getting arrested, he's in a fucking dog kennel or a cage, stuck inside the vehicle with Ngu Tuna, if that's what his name is, or Tuana. I'm not even sure if I remember what the fuck his name was. Like whoever he literally says, and I would have gotten away with it too if whoever you meddling son of a, like it started to sound like he was going to say son of a bitch, but then they just ended up censoring it out. Oh my god, which I'm like, that's fucking funny as hell to me. Oh shit. I do think it's funny whenever he said he will give the ghost a good dose of puppy power and then pisses on her. And Daphne, she's like, oh god, he's peeing on me. And Scrappy's like, ooh. And I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, it's still, I do think it's kind of messed up. They just literally leave him stranded on the side of the highway with his fucking bag right next to him. And then he's like I'm as cute as a Powerpuff Girl. Which I'm like, I didn't even get that reference. But then, like, after she's done with telling the story, she just sits there laughing about it. Which, again, I'm like, that's kind of fucked up, though. I think it's funny whenever Fred really tries to emphasize the fact there is no such thing as monsters. Yet he's fucking captured monsters, which again I guess they're not real. But then he's surprised after he says there's no such thing as monsters that he starts screaming monster. I mean, I do like that they kind of, I guess, well, they showed what happens to their protoplasm or the people's protoplasm after their soul gets sucked out or taken from them or something. Um, they just stick it in some sort of container with all the other ones, which feels very Ghostbuster like. And maybe it's just me, but I'm like, I don't think Scrappy Doo is all that bad. I mean, he is kind of like, again, it's the same thing with Jar Jar Binks from Star Wars Episode One. I don't think he's that bad, but at the same time, he can be slightly a little bit annoying. But like, yeah, I don't think he's that annoying. But yeah, like I even heard like at the time when they were still making this movie or when it was still in production, it was going to be rated PG-13 or rated R, and I'm like, that kind of explains all the deleted scenes that they had in the movie. But I'm like, why did they change their mind because they figured out it was supposed to be a kids movie? I mean, there was one where like she was literally singing "I Want You, Baby" literally to I think Daphne or something. I mean, I don't know. It's like I know there were some parts where like I guess she's supposedly supposed to be like I guess a lesbian or something like that. Um, I mean, it makes it feel very PG-13 when Rowan Atkinson as Neil Monteverius says she does know that Buddy Scowls are non-alcoholic, doesn't she? And I'm like, this movie was supposed to be for kids. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like, it's no wonder why they removed it. I mean, it did kind of feel a little bit off and weird that everybody just starts clapping and then Scooby just starts whistling, and I'm like, okay, like that makes me wonder a lot. Like, if again, like went with that out of the way, I guess makes me wonder why he was even whistling while they were clapping him in the first place. Then there's one where fucking Daphne is literally dancing in a bikini in front of a whole bunch of women in the locker room or some shit. And then she's like, "Just get my swerve on, right, ladies?" And I'm like, "Okay." Then there's another one where she's like fucking just making a really ear piercing fucking noise like those I'm trying to remember what they were called. I'm just now realizing I guess they were called demons, and I'm like, okay, this is making me think this is really not meant to be for kids because they're called demons. But still, that's I didn't even know. Oh, holy shit! The one thing I was noticing is there was also a deleted scene where Velma was like having some group therapy or something. Like she has like self confidence issues or something. And like I guess I can kind of relate to that because I have self confidence issues all the time. And like she tries to talk, then like a bunch of people are really saying, Daphne's so hot," and I'm like, kind of sounds like they're just really gushing over Daphne instead of just trying to listen to her, which again that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I mean, it's no wonder why she has self confidence issues. They're like, "Fuck Velma, I love Daphne more," and I'm like, these people are assholes. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but like that one scene maybe I'm wrong to say this, but I feel like that one part of the movie, even though it's delayed, could maybe given that or not Daphne, but Velma more depth in the movie, but I don't know. And there's even a deleted scene where Daphne was literally learning kung fu or karate or something and shit. Which again, it's like I feel like if they would have shown all these deleted scenes, it would have actually shown what they're actually doing since they left the game. But I don't know. And then Fred, I guess he had like a basically a book tour or something that I guess he had somewhere from I can't remember where, but like the kids literally asked the question like, "Why does he suck?" He just has that look on his face like he seriously questions what the fuck he's doing. Like he's like, where have I gone with my life? What's funny about Scooby Doo and Scooby Doo 2 Unleashed from 2002 and 2004? I guess they're both worked on by James Gunn, or the screenplay was written by James Gunn, which I'm like, it's funny because now watching it, it feels like Guardians of the Galaxy just with Scooby Doo characters now. I mean, and yeah, that's actually the same James Gunn who worked on the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, and I'm like, I didn't figure that out until years later, and I'm like, it kind of does have that Guardians of the Galaxy tone to it, even while watching the version he made of the Suicide Squad. I'm like, that's honestly crazy. Like, because I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I mean, I guess he was must have been a big fan of Scooby Doo. I mean, or he wouldn't have worked on the movies for nothing. I mean, again, like the CGI in the movies really doesn't look all that bad, even more than 20 to 20 years later. It still kind of blows my mind because he went from doing Scooby Doo to doing Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like those are two very different things. Like Guardians of the Galaxy is like a fucking intergalactic superhero team. Scooby Doo is like, an animated Warner Brothers duo team or something. I mean, I guess I can kind of see how his style kind of bled in even whenever he started doing Peacemaker, the TV show that ended up being aired on HBO Max with John Cena, which I guess is a character from the Suicide Squad, which I don't know, that character kind of acted like a bit of a douche. And even the Suicide Squad, which basically also feels like Guardians of the Galaxy. It's like because Guardians of the Galaxy just kind of feels like an intergalactic version of the Suicide Squad when you think about it, which I know some people say the Thunderbolts is like Suicide Squad, and I'm like, I never even heard of the Thunderbolts to be honest until they started coming out with a movie of it. I also love how they literally got Peter Boyle, rest in peace, man, the grandpa who was on Everybody Loves Raymond. I guess he played Frank Barone or something to be Old Man Winkles and Scooby Doo 2 Unleashed, which I thought was pretty cool. I also thought it was kind of strange that they really incorporated a fucking GBA or a Game Boy Advance SP code from the video game adaptation of Scooby Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed in at the end of the movie. I was like, the hell? This was in the movie? I also thought it was weird that I literally noticed when I was watching the movie like a while ago that they had Caleb Worthy in there. It was like it's funny because I recognize his red hair because I used to watch the um show Austin and Ally on I guess that was on Disney Channel, and I guess he played the character of Dez on there, which I gotta admit his fucking character was hilarious. Which I forgot how fucking funny that character was until I seen moments from the show where he's in it. I'm like, oh my god, I can't stop laughing. Oh my god, I don't know if you guys can remember that, but it was a good show. I also love the ending of the movie, like whenever the monster is like, "Come here, you worthless mutt," and then he's like, "Hmm," and then he just ends up blowing the fucking monster up after he freezes him with a damn fire extinguisher. And I love whenever the evil mask figure is like, who do you think you are? Then he's like, Scooby, Dooby, Doo. Like, I was like, oh my god, I love that part. It's fucking badass, though. I think one of my favorite parts from Scooby Doo 2 Unleashed is the potion scene. And they start rubbing around the fucking fridge. And then Scooby Doo turns into fucking Tasmanian devil just right out of nowhere. I'm like, oh, because it's WB. It's a WB movie, and he's a WB character, so that makes a lot of sense. Then Shaggy drinks a potion and gets all buff and everything. And I don't know. I mean, I think that's hilarious. Then Scooby Doo drinks a potion that looks a little bit like fucking Albert Einstein or something like that. Then he almost blows the fucking place up by throwing the potion and shit. And leaves him stuck to the wall. And then Scooby Doo's like the Schwarzenegger fluid, he destroyed, almost destroyed us. One other thing I think is dope is that they literally had Seth Green in there. I don't know. I think this might have been before he did Robot Chicken. Um, it's funny. I mean, I guess I can see where he literally got the idea to do Scooby Doo sketches on Robot Chicken. But yeah, I'll admit, Robot Chicken is most definitely one of my favorite shows on Adult Swim. So I mean, like, I guess you can kind of see where Seth Green got the idea, for the sketches for that show because he was already on Scooby Doo a long time ago. I really do love how they really show flashbacks of the gang when they were much younger. I don't know, they either look like somewhere between preteens or almost teenagers in the flashbacks and shit. I mean, again, they look pretty damn young in the flashback, though. What was funny is like Dr. Jonathan Jacobo literally pretended to literally be the masked figure. And that girl named Heather, who's played by Alicia Silverstone, basically the entire time. So he's basically pretending to be two people at once. Like, what the hell? Oh my god, I can't help but saying this, but I love the farting scene from the first movie, like where Shaggy just basically shits himself right in front of Daphne, and people were like, "Now we see why his pants were brown." Me, I gotta admit, I kind of feel embarrassed even admitting I actually like this part, but I mean, to me, it's fucking funny because, like, you also see Scooby Doo just fucking just fart his ass off him. It's like, oh my god, I just can't. It just makes me seriously question what the fuck, what kind of taste I have in movies now, even these days. I also love how they incorporated Sugar Ray in this movie. And Zach Braff, I think that's the lead singer, but it kind of brings out the early 2000s vibe that this movie or the movie already had, kind of. I even also like the ending to the movie where fucking Scooby Doo and Shaggy eat a bunch of fucking hot peppers and stuff. Which I was like looking up this part on Google. Then I seen pictures of Shaggy and Scooby Doo literally eating hot peppers also from I don't even know what that was from. And I was thinking, wait a minute, do they like spicy hot stuff? I mean, if that's the case, I didn't really know that. I mean, again, like, I mean, I guess that's interesting. I mean, the one thing, it's kind of a shame that they canceled the third live action Scooby Doo movie because, the live action Scooby Doo movies are like my whole fucking childhood. It's like, I don't know, they're the only live action movies I prefer to watch, to be honest, almost every single Halloween. So yeah, I guess that's it today for me talking about the Scooby Doo live action movies from 2002 and 2004. This was a motherfucking long one. I don't know when I'll do another one of these long ass videos, but I might maybe. So I guess leave a comment down below if you guys want to. Subscribe, share. See you guys are. Peace out.